Hello people, welcome back to the channel. Hope you're well and good in all that you do and you're loving yourself and others like always. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for your love. Thank you for everything that you do for this community to keep moving on. Today we're going to listen to Steve Harvey. I believe a lot of persons have heard him talk, his message to the African American, and he's trying to tell them when he came to Africa what he experienced. You know, this is a bit this is different because when you listen to his word, it's promising. There is hope. You see there is hope, and you know, you could feel the sincerity there, and you could also see what is achievable when we are united.
Them Africans is us, man. They the beat, they the rhythm, they the soul, they the hard work. We get our courage from everything you've ever heard. After you go to Africa, you got to go to Ghana first. Then you need to go to Botswana because you need to see Botswana is the second richest diamond producer nation in the world. Them black people over there got something. And then you got to go to Johannesburg. That's what you got. You got to do that jump right there. Once you see that, you'll understand who we are. Them Africans ain't stole nothing from us. They talk about Burna Boy stole this. No, we stole from Burna Boy. Them Africans is us, man. They the beat, they the rhythm, they the soul, they the hard work. We get our courage from them. When you see them people, they look just like your family. I was walking down Johannesburg, I thought I was in Detroit.
What up,
They walk like us, they look like us, they got moves like us. It's just, you gotta see it. And my goal is to help bridge this gap because we got to touch base with them. Because they love y'all, man. You don't even know. They think y'all to catch me out. They think y'all to lick. You know why? Because they know what you went through. They know where them slave ship picked you up at. They know they brought you to a land. They know what they did to you. And y'all still over here shining. If we take this shine back over there and give them the love and teach them that dust, we'd have a powerful union, man. That has to happen.
I grew up in London where being African was something to be ashamed of. They made me feel small. They took the, joy out of my dark skin. They, made me want to pretend to be West Indian, in fact. So when I grew up and I got to a place where suddenly my dark skin was being applauded and shined and loved and shared and admired, I realized that I can only give all of that to Africa, to where my parents came from. My parents left their villages to go to the big city to create dreams for themselves. But one day they hoped to go back to the village. They didn't go back to the village. They stayed. They stayed in England. I managed to go back to their village. I'm still going back to the village. I'm carrying the dreams they took to London. I'm taking them to our village.
That was touching, coming from the heart, right? You could feel the sincerity. Now, there is a gap. From what he said, let's analyze it. Bridging the gap because there is a gap. There is a gap because of the negative information passed down to our brothers in America. There is a gap because of how Africa has been painted. So when you want to come to Africa, somebody will ask you, oh, you going to Africa? That place is a place full of crime, right? Why are you going to a place filled with crime? People do this, people do that. A lot of negativity. No, those people don't have good water, they don't have shelter, they live in huts, right? They live under the trees, and a lot of things. And it was after people like him started coming, right? After Some African Americans started coming. I think if you're one of them, you can leave a comment there. After some African Americans started coming, and I started discovering, no, this place that have been painted like this is really not what it is. It's really not what it is. Now, how will you come? Do you know why from the beginning there was this notion? Those who are practicing this supremacy, they need to tell you this so you don't go discover. They need to scare you away so you don't come. And they need to tell us negative things about you so there will be no unity. And then at the process of all this, they were coming themselves. Right? They come in the name of philanthropists. They come in the name of NGOs. Do you know what they come to do? They come to steal out resources and go with it. It was happening before. Not until our own people opened their eyes, and then I think some other persons began to discover that no, these things are really happening. And when people started discovering it, they started using violence. They started creating groups that call themselves terrorist groups. Started using them to scare people away again. These are all plans. This is the game plan. This is all they do to keep people out. To keep your type out of the continent. So you don't come to, rediscover your inheritance. It's all a game plan and it's working. It's working. When they talk about Africa is full of crime. Now, where in the world does crime not exist? As human beings, we have goodness in it. There is evil inside. Now it's left for you to decide which you want to work with. If you want to work with the evil, then the devil that you are seeking for is right seated in you. If you want to work with goodness, the God you are seeking for outside is right seated in you. And you become whatever you want to be. Because all we seek is all in us. So there is good and evil everywhere. It's not in Africa alone. And the funniest thing is that these evils most of the times are created, are man-made, all this issue of terrorism, war, tribalism. These are tools that the white supremacists created to keep putting us in confusion. And then they come tell you the opposite. Oh, don't go to Africa. Because I went to Africa, this happened. And most of the times, some exaggerate these things. And it keeps going on and on and on. Except you come for yourself, you will not understand. I'm not saying there are people that haven't come and some things haven't happened to them. Sweethearts, I said there is evil and good everywhere. So it's not left for you to work with what you want to work with. And that is why it is a decision. If you want to be a good person, it's a decision from the heart. It's not by whether you're Christian or you're Muslim or you're going to whichever church or you've done whatever baptism. If you want to be good, is in it, is your decision. If you want to be evil, is your decision. Right? Now we talk about the issue of unity. Forget everything you've ever heard. These are his words. Forget everything you've ever heard. It's easier to be lied to, but when you see for yourself, you know. What you don't see happen, you can't say you know it. Right? So it is when you've come and experience, you form a connection, right? You form a relationship, and something will work out. And this was the dream that Marcus Garvey had. Just imagine, if Africa was 100% what it was termed to be, why do you think Marcus Garvey would work all he could, would struggle all he could just to unite Africans in the diaspora with Africans in Africa? Why do you think those efforts will be put in? Apart from him, there are other Pan-Africanists that keep trying their best to keep bridging this gap. They try their best to bridge this gap. Every day we hear of it. Because the gap was, the reason why up until now there is still something in between is because the gap that they created was so much. And that is why it's like, the more you try, the more there is still something. The more there is this disbelief, the more there is this, sweethearts, we are one. And it is in our unity that we succeed. Just imagine, like he said, you bring out that shine and then you put it here. Just imagine what is achievable as the black community, as a lot of you said I shouldn't be saying black. I don't know why my mouth is used to this, because that's the word they keep using. My mouth, please don't be saying black too much. Start learning to say Africans in the diaspora. Now, if you can bring that shine back home, just imagine what Africa will be like. The unity of Africa, of all Africans around the world. Just imagine how Al-Cable land will be. Even if you all did not move down, there is this union that can be formed. There is this alliance that can be forged, that will have a body that care for one another. When one African is down, whether it's African at home or African in the diaspora, when one is down, all is down. When you hurt one melanated human being, you hurt everybody. Why do you think they will not be scared? And this is the reason why they keep giving us reason why there should be a space. Oh no, don't go there. They keep telling you guys out there, African Americans, oh, don't go to Africa. This is who they are. Don't go there. They deceive you not to come, but they themselves are not treating you the way they should treat you. Another person. We have one origin. We love you all. Africa love Africans in America. If you don't get that, I think you should get it. Like what he said, it is us alone. You can move around. You can come to Africa and move. Nobody will even know if you are African American, because you look like us, you talk like us, you move like us. Do I not look like you? Do I not look like you? I look like you, right? To some point, I might talk like you, right? And it's no coincidence. It's because we are of one origin. It is because we are one human being. What do you think? Leave your comment and thought there at this section, and I will see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive. Bye for now.